I've known Fatima since we were kids. We only saw each other during the summer breaks. Same beach, same small town, same old routine. Every single year, she would show up, and suddenly everything felt familiar again, like time had paused just for us. It was our own little bubble, safe from the rest of the world. We never called it a relationship, never put a label on what we were, but we acted like we were something more, something special. We would talk for hours, watching the sunrise paint the sky, sharing secrets we never told anyone else. Holding her hand felt like the most natural thing in the world, like our fingers were made to fit together. It was this unspoken language between us, this quiet understanding. But then, just as quickly as it started, the summer would end. We'd go back to our separate lives, our separate cities. There were no promises made, no labels attached, and definitely no expectations for the months in between. At least that's what I always told myself. It felt easier that way, safer. I convinced myself that this ambiguity was a shield, protecting us from the messinnesses of a real relationship, from the potential heartbreak. I thought that by not defining it, we couldn't break it. Things started to shift when Fatima left for college. It was a big change, a new chapter for her. She had new friends, new dreams, a whole new world that didn't revolve around waiting for summer to roll around. The distance wasn't just physical anymore, it was emotional. Our late-night calls became less frequent. Our shared inside jokes started to feel a little stale. One evening she called me and admitted she was confused. Confused about us, about our future, about whether what we had was actually enough anymore. She asked me what we were doing, where we were going. For the first time, I didn't have an answer for her. I stood there, phone pressed to my ear, completely silent. I had spent so many years believing that keeping things undefined was our strength, that it meant we were safe from getting hurt. But in that moment, I realized it was my biggest weakness. Then she met someone else. Just a friend, she said. But I could hear it in her voice. I could feel the distance growing between us, stretching across miles and unspoken words. It wasn't a sudden break. It was a slow, painful drift. For the first time, the reality of losing her hit me like a punch to the gut. And it wasn't because she didn't care. It was because I never gave her anything solid to hold on to. I never gave her a reason to choose our fragile summer dream over a tangible, year-round reality. I had built our connection on sand, and the tide was finally coming in. I wanted to scream, to tell her everything I had kept locked away, that she mattered more than anyone. She always had. I wanted to tell her that our summers weren't just a fleeting escape for me. They were the moments I lived for all year. I wanted to finally define what we were, to give her the clarity she deserved, the clarity I was too scared to face myself. But by the time I found the courage, it was too late. She had already started moving forward, building a life that didn't have a space carved out for my indecision. She was kind about it, of course. She always was. There was no big fight, no dramatic ending. It was just a quiet acceptance that our season had passed. We still talk sometimes, you know. A text here, a brief call there. We catch up on the big things, the promotions, the family news. It's polite, it's friendly, but the magic is gone. The intimacy we shared has faded into a polite, distant memory. And when the weather starts to get warm, when summer comes around, there's still a part of me that looks toward the horizon and hopes. Foolish, stubborn part that remembers the girl on the beach. But I've learned something from all this. Something painful, but incredibly honest. Love without clarity, without courage, doesn't protect anyone. It doesn't shield you from pain. It just delays the inevitable goodbye, making it quieter, lonelier, and so much harder to heal from. I thought I was keeping us safe, but all I did was make it easier for her to leave. And now all I have left are the ghosts of summers past and the heavy weight of what could have been. It's a lesson I'll carry with me forever. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.